Hey guys, in this video I'm going to be sharing with you guys all about how I wash my brushes, which is a very important thing and something I definitely don't practice enough and definitely need to work on. Seriously guys, my brushes are disgusting. And I hate to even come on camera and admit to any of this, but it's just reality. I think that sometimes it's one of those things where you kind of work it up in your head to be like the worst thing ever and it's gonna take 5 hours and you don't want to do it, and then you do it and it's not that bad. So me filming this is my way of telling myself it's not that bad. So my thing with the not washing brushes is that I have too many brushes. Whatever I'm using at the moment, I use those all till they're dirty. I don't wash them, I just get new brushes because in reality I have probably 200 to 300 brushes. These are just my extra brushes. So those are the clean ones and these are the dirty ones. So this is what I just keep my brushes in these. I think this one used to be a candle that I took all the wax out. This one might have been too, or I just bought it at a store, I don't remember. Those are all my brushes, and so yeah, that's the main reason I never wash them, because there's just way too many. So I'm out of excuses, and actually like my excuse to wash them is that like I'll just film it and show you guys how to do it, and then it'll be like super, like it'll give me dual purpose, like it'll give me more of a reason to wash my brushes. So it is super easy. The only thing that's not easy about them for me is that I just have too many. Can I have a kiss? Thank you. Oh, you get some lipstick on you. Mama Sawi, you look so pretty with lipstick. So my biggest thing with washing brushes, especially nowadays, is that every brand has some sort of brush shampoo, and honestly guys, I think it's so unnecessary to have to buy some sort of expensive fancy soap for your brushes. Obviously you want to be using something that's going to be good for your brushes. You know, a lot of the brushes are made with real hair, some of it's synthetic, but regardless of what the brush is made out of, you really want to keep the integrity of the brush, because brushes can last you for years. I remember when I was working at Nordstrom at the mat counter, I had a lady come up to me saying that she wanted to buy a new, I think it was a 224, and she said, I've had it for about 20 years and it's not even that bad. It's just, I feel like I should get a new one. And I was like, that's so crazy. Like if you take care of your brushes, they can truly last you so long, which is why I have so many, because they just never go bad. And whether I've gotten like multiple brush sets through makeup school, I get brushes like in my BoxyCharm and stuff, and just me wanting to buy brushes just to try them, like you just end up with all these brushes because they never go bad, which is amazing. And I need to like start giving my brushes away to people who need brushes. So if you need a brush, hit me up. I'll give you some of my brushes. So washing your brushes can be super easy and super inexpensive, and I also use like a super natural product to do it. So what I use to wash my brushes is actually Dr. Bronner's Pure Castile soap. I personally like a bar of soap, and I discovered that when I was using the Beauty Blender salad. I just realized having a salad to just swirl your brushes in, to me, was a little bit easier, and I felt like I had to just do less work. So I personally love a solid bar of soap. If you like a liquid, you could always just get the Castile soap in the liquid form. And something I used to use all the time was actually Palm Olive, which is a dish soap that's supposed to be conditioning for your hands. So it gets your brushes really clean and is conditioning to them. And they have multiple different scents, or no scent if you want. I get the peppermint because it's just my favorite. The lavender is really good too. So pretty much all you need is soap, water, and your hands. And it makes it super easy. Something I do have, which I feel like isn't necessary, but I am gonna share with you guys because I do have it and I do use it, is this, the Sigma glove. Now, do I think this is a total like gimmick? Yes. 100%. I did buy it years ago just to test it out, and honestly, most of the reason I use it is because I have so many brushes and it just keeps my hands from getting soaked and pruny and just ruining my nails and all that kind of stuff. So I really just use it to protect my hands. I personally don't think that these little gritty things do that much to really clean your brushes. They also have that mat that sticks in your sink, which I think that is pretty cool. That might be a good option. At the end of the day, do you need any of these products? Never, absolutely not. You can totally 100% use the tools that God gave you and they're free. So when it comes to the actual brushes, I do have like a weird system I go by and how I wash my brushes. So I actually start with what I would consider to be the hardest to wash and the nastiest and dirtiest brushes, which would be the foundation brushes. Things like dense synthetic brushes that are caked with liquid or cream product, I work on those first. Those ones are going to be the hardest to get clean, and then from there I move on to powder brushes. Things like bronzer or just you've had your face powder in it, those come clean so easily, and those are my favorite brushes to wash because they just get so sudsy. You swirl them in the soap and they just suds right up and it's great. Which is something that I love so much about the bar of soap, is that when you're swirling your brush in the soap, as long as there's product still in the brush, it doesn't really foam up. Once it starts to foam up, that's when it really, you know, like all the product is out, and that's when it starts to foam up that I go in and start to wash it off on my hand. What, do you want to come here? So I do all of my face brushes on the mitt. From there, I move on to eyeshadow brushes. And with my eye brushes, I always use my hands. And the only reason for that is because I feel like because they are so small, I really have to like use my fingers to like get in there. I just feel like with this big thing, you can't really get in the brush as much as you can in something like a big brush like this. It's a little bit easier with the mitt, if that makes sense. So this is when I switch over to my hands and do this, but like I will wash like 5 at one time. I'll hold like 5 in this hand, and that way I can just really like work it in with my fingers, and it makes it a lot easier. The last set of brushes that I do are like my weird super small dense brushes, like angled brushes and flat concealer brushes and lip brushes, like those oddball precision brushes. Those are the ones I do last, and honestly they're the hardest to get clean just because they are so flat and dense. And that's just what I love about the bar, is you can really just take the brush and just really get it in the soap, and then it kind of just does the work for you, which is why I prefer a bar. But don't get me wrong, like the Beauty Blender Solid and the Sigma one like suction cups to your sink, and it's a soap and it has these like rubber bristles sticking out of the soap. It is so good, you guys. This is like, I don't know, a couple of bucks at Target. It's just so, and they have it at so many different health food stores, Target, I believe. I saw it at like CVS or some other like sort of drugstore. It's just so easily accessible, and it's just so inexpensive, and it's just clean ingredients. And I just feel like, why would you go buy like these expensive like specialty products that you can only order online and you have to like whatever. I just find it annoying, and so that's why I use this. As far as your brushes drying, the best thing I feel like is just some good old-fashioned paper towel. If you want to take like a real towel, something else is that you definitely want to make sure that the water that you're using is not super hot, because all in here and in here there is all sorts of like glue holding the brushes together, and if you're constantly washing your brushes in super hot water, it's going to start to break down that glue and your brush is going to come apart a lot sooner. So you obviously don't want it to be cold water, because you want to still wash your brushes the best you can. Lukewarm to maybe like a little bit warm water is what I use, and then I always lay the brushes flat. You never want to have them drying like this because again, the water can just seep into the brush and again, cause your brush to start to fall apart a little bit faster. So I am gonna need, like, this is again why I haven't washed my brushes in so long, because I need a lot of surface space to be able to lay all of these flat. So once you have your brushes laying out flat, I usually just try to leave them overnight. Even overnight, I find that brushes that are more like the dense kind of foundation brushes are usually still a bit damp in the morning, so the longer you can leave them, the better. Like if it's gonna be on a weekend, like 24 hours from now, that's the best. It does take quite a bit of time to dry. I personally have never done anything to try to dry my brushes faster. I feel like there's a lot of like tools that like spin your brushes really fast, or like, I don't know, again, like don't be blow drying them. You don't want to melt any glue or anything. And while we're on the topic of washing stuff, beauty blenders, already here, I'm already washing stuff. Let me just like wash all my sponges. So I usually like take all my sponges, and I use the same soap to wash my sponges anyways. I do tend to wash my sponges, like I probably should every time I do my makeup, but I probably do like every other time I do my makeup, or like every 2 times depending on how much makeup these are caked with. It is a pretty easy task, although it can be very time consuming. I'm going to like put on some YouTube videos and have something entertain me while I do it, because I just find it very boring and very just long. I hope you guys found this video helpful in some way. Let me know if you did or have any other questions in the comments down below. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. I just went on my YouTube analytics today, and 90% of people that watch my videos are not subscribed. So I'm mildly offended. It's really easy, and you just have to hit a button like right there to be subscribed. So please do it. Don't keep watching my videos and not subscribe. What the heck is that? 90%. That's insane. Anyways, and take the little notification bell too, because I seriously have so many awesome things coming up soon that I can't wait to share with you guys. So that's all from me. I'll stop talking now, and I'll see you guys in my next one.